Welcome to TravelJoy Tutorials, a video series designed to help new and experienced TravelJoy users learn and grow with the TravelJoy platform. In our first lesson, we'll be discussing TravelJoy menus and the dashboard. The dashboard is the first page you see after signing up or logging into TravelJoy and acts as a jumping off point to other parts of the platform. Let's start with our Getting Started checklist. While it's not required to reach 100%, this checklist is the perfect place to begin, as it will guide you through setting up your brand, importing your clients, and adding your bank account for direct payments if desired. It will also show you how things will look from your client's point of view. Next, you'll see a gift icon. If you are still in your free trial, this will not appear on your dashboard as it only applies to paid members. This icon will take you to your referral page where you can refer new users to TravelJoy. Your referred users will receive 50% off their first 3 months of a monthly membership, and you'll receive a $15 credit when they reach their second paid month. There is no limit to the number of agents you can refer. Next is our unified search box. Here you can type in a keyword or number to search for clients, trips, groups, and invoices. You'll see when we type in trip planning, we see 2 invoices which contain the term in their name, helping us quickly locate a specific invoice that we need to send. In this box, you can search for clients by name, email, or phone number, trips and groups by name, and invoices by name or invoice number. From here, we'll move down to the main dashboard area, which consists of trip stages, trip statuses, and active groups and trips. Trip stages and statuses are methods to streamline your workflow and understand what's happening with each trip. For example, when you create a new trip, that trip is in the inquiry stage and the waiting on me status. This means that the trip is still an inquiry, or a lead, and is not yet a booked trip, and that I have not contacted the client yet to begin the conversation about their trip. As the trip progresses, it'll move through stages automatically. For example, when you're sending the proposal and when the client has approved the proposal, it will automatically be moved to the relevant stage. However, some stages, such as trip booked, do not have a trigger and must be moved manually. You can change a trip stage right on the dashboard using the drop-down to the right of the trip. This will cause the page to reload and display the new trip stage. A quick note here, trip stages are designed to fit the standard workflow of an average agent, and we know all agents work differently, so your trip stages are completely customizable. Click the gear icon here beside the word dashboard to add, delete, move, and edit trip stages, as well as a setting to trigger what causes a trip to be moved into that stage. Be sure to click Save when finished. Trip statuses are automatic as well. When you've taken any action to contact the client, whether it's sending a form, message, or so on, the status will be changed to Waiting on Client. When the client replies, authorizes a payment, approves a proposal, or so on, the status will change back to Waiting on Me. Alternately, if you've spoken with a client on the phone, you can manually change the status of that trip back to Waiting on Me, much like you changed the trip stage in the previous step using the dropdown. If you ever find that not all of your groups and trips seem to be displayed on your dashboard, be sure to click the All Trip Stages button and the All Trip Statuses button to ensure you're showing all trips and groups. For this next section, if the Show Groups checkbox is not checked, click it now. This box determines whether a group trip is grouped under a group name or broken out and listed as an individual trip in the list. Most typically, you'll want these trips collected under their group names to stay organized. You can sort these groups and trips by name, client name, departure date, or the last time the trip was updated by you or the client. You can reverse this sorting order by clicking again, showing the latest departures instead of the earliest departures, for example. You can also hover over any departure date to see it pop up with the return date for that trip. It's important to know that a group is a collection of trips with a similar destination. Within a group, each trip most commonly represents a single room or cabin. Groups appear at the top of the list, and individual non-group trips appear below the groups. You can click a group header to see the trips contained in the group. As mentioned earlier, you can also change a trip's stage or status using the drop-down items to the right of that trip. There's also one more action you can take here. You can click the Archive button for a trip that's no longer active, then choose the reason the trip is not active, such as noting that the trip is completed, has been canceled, or is outside the client's budget. This removes the trip from your active trips list, but does not delete it entirely. Of course, to view more details on any given trip, simply click the trip name. To view details on a particular group, click View Group. And finally, to switch between viewing your archived and active trips, click the Archived and Active buttons at the top right corner of the dashboard.